Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeTune.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What is Second Cup? Well, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next Monday morning mailbag airs, or a piece of late-breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, shows that are streaming online, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup. And I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the April 14th, 2025 episode of Second Cup. How are you this morning? I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. We are enjoying once more Fabula Medium Roast Coffee. Boy, this is fantastic. This came from Nathaniel Jackson. Nathaniel, thank you very, very much again. An absolutely fabulous cup of coffee. Fabula is fabulous. And here's something else I forgot to point out. Here, you hear this? This is the coffee pod in this wrapper. You hear that? Yeah. It's not plastic, and it's clearly labeled here, "I'm not plastic." It's a green pod, and it is a compostable bag. That's what it is. The bag is compostable, and I believe the actual pod is the same thing too. It's not made with any of those plastic materials that are so common in Keurig cups. This is completely different. The little basket that holds the coffee grounds is some kind of paper cloth. So it breaks down very, very easily. And of course, their whole pitch here about this coffee is low acid, clean, fully compostable, good for your stomach, mold-free, those kinds of things. And that's what's labeled here on the bag. Low acid, clean, fully compostable. How about that? That is it compostable or compostable? I think it's compostable. I might have the accent off there a little bit, but you know what I'm saying. This can be part of compost, and it breaks down very, very easily. So a coffee that's healthy for you and also healthy for the earth. How about that? Really, really terrific. And again, a wonderful flavor. Hang on, let me just get a sip here. Yeah, all that's absolutely great. And I'm using my George 30 degrees coffee mug. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. Yeah, this is one of our coffee mugs that we feature up on our online store, where you can get George mugs and a 30 degrees George sweatshirt and a Monday morning mailbag coffee mug, that sort of thing. We'll be sure to link those below so you can pay to visit. And if you want a Monday morning mailbag or 30 degrees coffee mug, well, they're available up there. All you got to do is click that link, get over to the store, place your order, and within days, you'll have your very own George coffee mug. How are you this morning? Wonderful day here. Now, I've been predicting snow on the 18th. That's my brother Jay, my late brother Jay's birthday. We always have snow a couple days before, a couple days after, or the day of his birthday. And right now, it's approaching 60 degrees. It's sunny. It's a wonderful afternoon here. And I say afternoon because usually I record the Second Cup podcast Sunday morning. I wake up early and I've got all my notes laid out, and I look at other things that might be coming in on email alerts, that sort of thing, or if viewers are sending something along that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And I go through all those notes and I put together this podcast from those notes. And when I was just sitting down, after compiling all my notes, and I was just sitting down to record, my brother Tom called up and said, "Hey, Lori and I," his wife Lori, my sister-in-law Lori, "we're going to go out to eat. We're going to have a lunch. They want to try a new place, and would you like to come along?" I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful day. I get some time to get a chance to spend some time with my brother Tom and my sister-in-law Lori. Always great company, always great conversation. I'm very, very lucky to have my brother Tom and my sister-in-law Lori in my life. Just wonderful, wonderful people. They've always been very, very good and kind and generous to me. So when they when they extend an invitation, I absolutely accept because I know I'm going to have a great time, and I did. And we went to a place called the Welshfield Inn in Burton, Ohio. If you ever go through Burton, Ohio, and you want a place to eat, the Welshfield Inn is marvelous. Oh my gosh, I had an excellent, excellent meal. I had their pork schnitzel with mashed potatoes and asparagus with a lemon hollandaise sauce. It was marvelous, absolutely marvelous. So the Welshfield Inn, a really, really terrific place to have a meal here in Northeast Ohio. If you're ever going through Northeast Ohio, Welshfield Inn, it's very, very good. And it is a lovely setting. And I recommend the garden room, especially on a spring or summer day. It's nice and bright. You get a really nice, beautiful view of the foliage outside. It's just really, really terrific. And this time of year, everything is starting to bloom and blossom and come alive. So yeah, it was just a really, really terrific, terrific lunch with Tom and Lori. Now, my rash on my head is really coming along. It's starting to clear up. So hopefully by the time the Maggard meetup rolls around, it'll be clear. Now the only I'm laughing now because the only downside to this afternoon was I scraped my head again. And I was just thinking this morning, wow, this rash is really coming along, and it's starting to heal up. And the medication, the cream, and also the oral steroid that were prescribed, really knocking this rash out. Well, getting out of the car. Don't I scrape my head again? I don't. Viewers have told me, wear a hat. I'm gonna have to start doing that, especially when I get in and out of a car. I'm gonna have to start doing that. So yeah, that's going to be the new practice, so I don't scrape my head. Because had I been wearing a hat, I wouldn't have the head scrape up there now. But it wasn't too bad, and I think even the steroid cream, when I reapply it, should help it along. I do have some antibiotic cream on it now, and it's not too bad, but I just hate when that happens. It doesn't matter. It's not like I'm going to be able to shave my head because I'm still waiting for the rash to completely clear up, and that's going to be another good week or so, because the prescription, I think, was 14 days, and I just started it this past, I think, Thursday. So I'm only into, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm only into like day 4, day 5. So so it's going to take a while. So hopefully by the time the rash clears up, the scrape will be healed, and I can get back to shaving my head. And I'm looking forward to that. And maybe even kind of testing the different balms to see if any of them negatively react to my skin. And then I'll know what to avoid. That's going to be kind of the game plan here. So I'll keep you apprised when I heal up as to if any of these balms have caused this rash in any way. I don't know. Could be the witch hazel, could be an aftershave balm, could be a bay rum aftershave balm, could be a bay rum aftershave, could be it could be anything. I'm leaning towards bay rum because I think maybe it was more noticeable after I used the bay rum balm. However, I don't know if the bay rum balm was the cause or if it just highlighted it and I noticed it all of a sudden, became more prominent because of that. That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know, but anyhow, I'll keep you apprised. And weather's getting warm. Let's see if it gets cold and we have snow here in the next 4 or 5 days. And hopefully the old dome here will be healed up here within another week, 10 days, something like that. So I got a lot to look forward to, and I'm looking forward to that next head shave. I just have to be patient. So great to be with you this morning. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. The weather's warming up. I hope it's wonderful and warm and bright and sunny where you're at. And again, grab a cup of coffee. Let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things. But first, let's pay a few bills, then we'll get the show underway. Now, on this morning's Monday morning mailbag, we talked about a couple of things I wanted to highlight here this morning on Second Cup. The first was Castle Forbes 1445 shaving cream, which was very kindly and generously sent to the channel by viewer Beth Jones. Beth, thank you very, very much. It's a wonderful scent, and I have had a chance to use it and review it, and it's marvelous. It really, really is. I reviewed it after I completed the Monday morning mailbag. However, I did wait a couple of days because I want a little more substantial beard growth. I think I had about 2 to 3 days worth of beard growth, I think. And the lather was marvelous. All I have to do is edit the review and get it posted. But I can tell you the lather was just marvelous. It was rich and creamy. It had a little lighter weight than most shaving cream lathers. However, this was my first time out with it. So I might want to adjust the cream to water ratio. But it was very, very good. A lot of great protection, a lot of great glide and slickness, very stable lather. The scent is marvelous. And I had just a really, really terrific shave. And it's true, you only need a little bit. And I used less than I have in the past for this review. I really tried to use a smaller scoop of shaving cream. I think I succeeded. But I made heaps and heaps and heaps of lather. Really, really amazing. And again, I think I can probably tweak the water to cream ratio a little bit and maybe increase the weight a little bit of the cream, of the lather, that is. I think there's a lot of room to tweak it. You're going to get a great result regardless. I mean, it just utilizes that water and just produces volumes of shaving cream lather. Really, really terrific. But anyhow, in doing the review, I was trying to figure out what splash to use that would complement it. And I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. Shavesplash.com by Lee Meyer. We talked about that this morning. Lee created this wonderful, wonderful website where you can figure out that if you just have a shaving cream or a shaving soap and you don't have its companion aftershave splash, you can go up to shavesplash.com, put in scent notes, put in brand name, that sort of thing, and it'll give you a comparable or companion or close to scent aftershave splash. Really amazing. Here's what they write on their webpage. Our mission: Shave Splash is your go-to platform for in-depth aftershave and shave soap reviews featuring insights from real users. We strive to provide honest and informative content to help you find the perfect post-shave companion. Our passion for grooming drives us to deliver unbiased reviews and recommendations, ensuring you make confident choices for your grooming routine. Now, here's their explanation of the tools that they have up there. Our tools. The world of wet shaving is expanding and is blessed to have many wonderful artisans creating new and original fragrances for aftershaves and soaps. The heart of our website are the Finder tools, which are designed to help wet shavers find new soaps and aftershaves and pair them. All the tools are designed to identify the properties of each scent, which are most attractive to you based on scent notes, suitability, inspiration, scent family and subtype, and even country of origin. The pairing tools are designed to allow you to find which aftershaves and soap go well together by matching these properties. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant website. Lee, congratulations and bravo. This is absolutely fantastic. We talked about it on the Monday morning mailbag. Lee created a video where he introduced all these tools to all the viewers out there. Check it out. It is going to be an invaluable website and tool. Now, having said that, I went up there to see if I could pair up an aftershave with Castle Forbes 1445, and I didn't come across anything. And I'm assuming because the website is so new that it is a work in progress. And sure enough, Lee responded to me and he said, "Hi, Mark. Thank you so much for including my site in the next Monday morning mailbag. Castle Forbes is not in the database yet. I have to input each fragrance and soap manually, and I need to buy them or get samples first, so it's a slow process. So far, I have about 75 to 80 shave soaps and 80 plus aftershaves in the database. My goal is to target the most popular brands and scents first, and I'm hoping that the 80-20 rule will apply, meaning about 20% of fragrances and soaps will cover 80% of searches among users. On the site, I have a section in the middle of the home page which lists the latest additions. Today, I added Cella Aftershave, which incidentally I think is fantastic. Now that I know you're a fan of Castle Forbes 1445, I will add it to the list of new acquisitions. My goal is to keep growing the database so it's as useful as possible to the community. Warm regards, Lee. Lee, thank you very, very much for that email and update. And yes, I realize that it is a work in progress now. I assumed that when I was searching for Castle Forbes 1445, but I thought, hey, you never know, it might be up there. But it will get up there, it will arrive, and I'll be able to get a comparable aftershave that will match up, pair up with it fairly well. But when I go to the Maggard meetup, I am going to go into the Maggard store and I'm going to get the Castle Forbes 1445 Aftershave Splash. This scent is marvelous. It's absolutely marvelous. So absolutely, I want the real deal. But nice to know that if I run out of that aftershave, that I'll be able to find a comparable aftershave to pair up with 1445 from information that I'll get from shavesplash.com. So if you don't find your particular scent right away, just know that it's coming. Contact Lee and say, hey, this is what I'm using. Maybe offer him a little bit of help in locating it. You can always send him a sample, something along those lines. That would definitely help him speed up the process. But really, just a wonderful, wonderful resource to go to. So I think the community will, I know the community will be very helpful in helping him get all this information and data inputted into this database so that everyone can enjoy it. And you too will be able to find a comparable aftershave splash that will pair up if you only happen to have a shave soap and not the splash, and vice versa. Really, really terrific. Oh, and by the way, I used Cella Aftershave Splash for that review with 1445 shaving cream. I was thinking about using either Flagno or Cella Aftershave Splash, and I went with Cella because it has those bright lemony citrus notes, and that's what you have here in the 1445. So I don't know if it's exactly in the ballpark, but it was a nice follow-up, and it didn't get in the way is what I'm saying. So yeah, I agree with you, Lee. Cella Aftershave Splash is wonderful. So thanks again, Lee, for that update. And folks, if you missed that video, check out the Monday Morning Mailbag this morning. Lee gives a really, really nice video tour of what he's built and how to use it. And it's absolutely marvelous. When I first saw that video, I thought, wow, absolutely, this has to be on the Monday Morning Mailbag. It's just brilliant. Bravo again, Lee. Really, really do appreciate it. Shavesplash.com. We'll have the link below so you can check it out. And we'll also have a link to Castle Forbes 1445 shaving cream, a marvelous, marvelous scent. Stay tuned for the review, and a big thank you to viewer Beth Jones for very kindly and generously sending to the channel Castle Forbes 1445 shaving cream. Beth, thank you very, very much. Lee, thank you very, very much. Now, if you watched this morning's Monday Morning Mailbag, you saw that viewer David Dart very kindly and generously sent to the channel the Aylesworth Apex aluminum razor and Aylesworth Altair shaving brush handle. And we're going to get a couple of knots. They're on their way. A G5C knot and a Pure Bliss knot. And we're asking viewers and listeners out there to vote for one. Which one should I use in that shave brush handle? The G5C or the Pure Bliss? I'd like to hear your feedback on that. And that's what we're going to use whatever the vote comes out to, that's what I'm gonna use in that shave brush handle. So please, comment and let me know, or drop me an email, and I'll try to count up all the votes as accurately as possible, and then that will be the winner, and that's the one that's going to get set in that shave brush handle. And I'm going to be using the Gorilla Silicon, Gorilla Clear Silicon, because that's what the folks at Aylesworth use and recommend. So I'm really looking forward to the process. And I'll get a quarter or two also to use in affixing the knot in the shave brush handle. So I got the directions on how to do it. And this will be my first time doing it. So looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. So is it the G5C or the Pure Bliss? They're both 26 millimeter. Comment below, let me know, or drop me an email message, and let me know which one you would like to see, which one you prefer using. And that's what I'm going to go with based on the majority rule. So really looking forward to that. However, David also sent along a brand new shave soap and splash. And this was very, very kind of him. And this is my first outing, my first use with this particular artisan shave soap from Canada, Quebec, Canada, as a matter of fact, Henri et Victoria. And David very, very kindly sent along Cognac and Cuban Cigars shea buttered shave soap. Boy, is this terrific. It's Cognac and Cuban Cigars with shea butter shave soap and the aftershave splash. I have both of them. And this scent is marvelous. Let me open up the tub here. Oh, boy, that is exactly what the label says. This is Cognac and Cuban Cigars. This is a marvelous, marvelous scent. Oh my gosh. Oh, when I first sampled this, I immediately knew this was one that I absolutely want to shave with. It is that good. It is very, very good. Now, here's what they write about it on their product page. Close your eyes, savor the smell, and let it linger for just a moment longer. You have arrived in Cuba. Imagine the pleasure of an afternoon game of poker, lounging around while smoking cigars and sipping on a fine, fresh cognac. This defines masculinity with its rich aroma that combines sweet cognac coupled with an aromatic, subtle, cool, smoky charm. Yeah, absolutely. Here's the scent profile. Cedarwood, fresh leather, zesty lemon, cognac, spicy tobacco. Yes, absolutely. This is, again, oh, that's a marvelous, marvelous, marvelous scent. My gosh. That is a great one. I am so looking forward to my shave with Henri et Victoria Cognac and Cuban Cigars. The first time I'll be using a shave soap from this artisan, Henri et Victoria. Really, really looking forward to building a lather with this one. And again, I have the shea butter version. Right here it says Cognac and Cuban Cigars with shea butter. They also have a triple milled version on their product page, so you can get one or the other depending on which one you want. And they also explain the advantages of using a triple milled soap. It's right there on their product page, the untold advantages of using triple milled soap. The manufacturing process for any type of triple milled soap is renowned for producing soap with significantly fewer impurities and an exceptionally smooth texture. It also eradicates almost all the water in the soap as well, leaving a much more concentrated and harder soap. Traditionally, these soaps are made with ingredients that are proven to harness naturally skin-soothing ingredients. The soap has minimal zero impurities. It is smoother than regular soap. It is creamier and more indulgent than other soap. The soap is denser and will last so much longer than regular soap. Each bar is absolutely consistent in color, fragrance, and feel. So those are the advantages of choosing their triple milled version over their shea butter version, but it's up to you which one you want to use. I have the shea butter version, but they are going to be at the Maggard meetup. So I'm going to get over to their table and check out to see if they have the balm for cognac and Cuban cigars, and also see if they have some triple milled scented shaving soaps that I would like to have in the Shave Den. Really, really looking forward to visiting them at their table at the Maggard Meetup. So if you have tickets to the Maggard Meetup, get over to the Henri at Victoria table and pay them a visit. And we'll also link to their website where you can get all this information on cognac and Cuban cigars and triple milled soaps. And they'll give you the benefits of using shaving soaps and a lot of information like that up there, especially if you're new to the wet shaving process. Some great helpful information there on the benefits of using a good shaving soap. All that information is up there. So if you just get over to the Cognac and Cuban Cigars page, all that information will be there regarding the triple milled soap and the benefits of using a good shaving soap and the great value, the ease of use, that sort of thing. So again, a big thank you to viewer David Dart for very kindly and generously sending along Henri at Victoria's Cognac and Cuban Cigars shaving soap with shea butter and the matching aftershave splash. Boy, I love this scent. Right out of the blocks, this won me over. This scent is marvelous. And again, if you're going to the Maggard Meetup, get over to the Henri at Victoria table and ask them if they got cognac and Cuban cigars. I sure hope they do, because this is a marvelous scent. So if you're going to Maggard's, the Maggard Meetup, go over to the table, the Henri at Victoria table, and ask for cognac and Cuban cigars, either with shea butter or the triple milled version. The scent is absolutely worth it, and it looks like it is just a well-made artisan shave soap. Really looking forward to building a lather and having a shave with this one. Again, David Dart, thank you again very much. Folks, we'll have a link below. In previous shows, viewer Rodney Ripplinger was sharing with us his new wet shaving journey with a Kamasori razor. And he sent along this update. Kamasori razor, new things I learned. Now, this is from his email. That was the subject heading. And he writes, "Hi, Mark. I thought I might drop you a line and tell you what's new in my Kamasori journey. First of all, I found out the meaning of the word Kamasori. Kamasori is the Japanese word for razor. Any razor, straight, DE, cartridge, or electric, anything that is a razor. I found out that I really like using a hot towel at the beginning of my shaves, at least the Kamasori ones. I liked it so well, I went and bought a couple of very reasonably priced white, smaller sized hand towels from Walmart to use only for the hot towel purpose. First, I fold the towel into a small square. Then I lightly run the towel under some tap water. After that, I place it in the microwave for 1 minute. It's really hot then, but by the time I get back to the den and perhaps finish working my lather, it's temperature ready. I tried some Corn Huskers lotion on my face as a pre-shave. First, water on the face, Corn Huskers, then the hot towel. It seems to work well, although perhaps not a great deal different than my DIY shave oil with glycerin. Corn Huskers has a very nice cooling effect. Additional testing is required. The next one is a game changer for me. I only watched one YouTube video where this was mentioned. My take on this is that it was a technique the author realized on his own. This tip is concerning how the razor is held. The way he did it was to hold the razor with his index finger stretched out along the top of the razor handle. The razor is supported from underneath by resting on the side of the second finger. Your thumb lightly pinches the side of the razor blade. I found that doing it that way made the whole process a lot more stable. It also makes it easier to always grasp the razor in the same manner every time, thus adding to the stability. I can even see a little better what I am doing. The manner of holding the razor uniformly from session to session makes it easier for me to maintain the angle I want. Being able to view the razor's angle better as I shave helps that too. It makes doing short strokes using wrist movement a lot easier. All that said, how you hold the razor is a matter of personal style. You may not be able to hold the razor in this manner for the entire shave, but for most of it, you can. I found that I like going from front to back during the second jawline pass. It's easier for me and gives me less irritation. One fellow in a YouTube video said he came up with this method and he found it a lot easier. Me too, and it seems to work just as well back to front. Enjoy the warm weather we are supposed to be getting. Rodney, thank you so much for that update regarding the Commissary straight razor. It's kind of like a shavette. Check out a previous Monday morning mailbag. I think a couple of weeks ago we talked about it. We showed some photos, and it's a Commissary razor. And Rodney is giving it a go, and he is enjoying it. And also in that is a technique for creating a hot towel for your shave using a good clean hand towel, some tap water, and your microwave, because we have a hot towel cabinet that came to the channel courtesy of viewer Jamie Horn, and that requires me to take a couple of hand towels, soak them, wrap them in kind of roll them up, and then place them in the hot towel cabinet for at least a good hour to get a really good hot towel. And Rodney's method seems to give you a hot towel in a flash, so in a pinch. So if I'm pressed for time, I might give that method a go as well. One more time, you take the hot towel, you put it under some tap water, fold it into a square, put it under some tap water, microwave it for 1 minute, then take it back to your shave den, build your lather, and then by then, it will have cooled down to where it's temperature ready, and it's not burning hot where you're going to hurt yourself. It seems like it's the right temperature for a hot towel. You know what? Your mileage may vary. Make sure to experiment and be careful. Microwaves have different power levels, different wattages. So what works for 1 minute in one microwave might be a little too much in other microwaves. You're going to have to kind of gauge it yourself. Seems like a good method. Probably going to vary from microwave to microwave, depending on the wattage of the microwave and how much time you microwave that towel. So be careful using that method. And if you don't want to use that method, get a really nice hot towel cabinet like Jamie sent the channel. Boy, those are wonderful, and you get a good, even, wonderful hot towel temperature that is just absolutely perfect. And I absolutely love that, and love using the hot towel cabinet. So a big thank you to Jamie Horn for that. And Rodney, thank you again for updating us on your Commissary razor journey and the hot towel tip. Really do appreciate it. Now, before I get out of here, I'm going to recommend a movie again, once more, based on a YouTube video I recently viewed. And that movie is Ben-Hur, starring Charlton Heston. This movie is an absolute work of art, but the key here is you need to see this movie on as big a screen as possible. Now, when I was a kid, movies were re-released every so often so that a new generation of viewers could see it. This was routinely done, and when I was very young, this was right before movie theaters were being cut up and compartmentalized, where you had a movie theater with a huge screen. Then the theater owners decided, well, gee whiz, why have one big screen when we can have three smaller screens and show three movies? And then that way, we're giving the movie-going audience a choice between three movies rather than just having one movie. And of course, that led to multiplexes and that sort of thing. But the screens generally got smaller. The whole idea with Ben-Hur is it was a cinematic experience made for the big screen. And when it was re-released when I was a little boy, we went to see it. My father took us all to see it at the Colony Theater on Shaker Square, which was in Cleveland, right on the border of Shaker Heights, Ohio, and Cleveland, Ohio. And it was one of these beautiful old palatial movie theaters with a balcony and a huge screen with curtains in front of the screen, so that when the movie started and the overture started, the introductory music started, the image would be projected onto the screen through the curtain, because the curtains were rather sheer, and then the curtains would open up and start to part on the right side and left side from the middle, and it would open up, and you would see this logo of the movie coming up, and the introductory music would play, and then came that key moment where the screen would go fade to black, and then the overture would come up, and you'd get this huge visual at the start of Ben-Hur with this just erupting overture, dun dun dun. Oh, it was amazing! What an experience! That's what movies were like, on the big screen, big sound. So if you do view Ben-Hur, see it on as big a home theater screen as you possibly can with a good sound system, and you'll definitely enjoy it. And I'm recommending it again because Good Friday's this week and Easter Sunday's coming up this Sunday, and if you're looking for a movie to enjoy during this Holy Weekend that's coming up, or just prior to it, give Ben-Hur a look. It is such a work of art. But again, the key is to see it on as big a screen as possible. Now, I am going to link the video where the movie and its technical aspects are discussed. It's called Why Ben-Hur Still Looks Like $1 Trillion. And the gentleman who created this video goes through all the technical aspects of the movie, how it was made, how it was lit, how they made it for widescreen, how they used the technology of the day. MGM was gambling on this movie. They were about to go bankrupt, go out of business, and they put in millions of dollars to produce this movie. And I think he says that the equivalent of today's dollars back then in the late 50s when they made the movie would have been like $200 million. This is what the budget of the movie was back in the day, the equivalent. If you were to make it today, it would be $250 million. It really is an amazing movie. The effects are wonderful. Everything holds up so very, very well. And again, if you've never seen it, I suggest that you give this video a look, so that you understand how the movie was made. And he even says, see it on as big a screen as you can. This also reminds me of the story that Steven Spielberg told about as a young boy, a little boy. He went to see David Lean's Lawrence of Arabia, starring Peter O'Toole. Another big cinematic movie from, I think, 1962. So about the same time period as Ben-Hur, give or take a few years. And you have to see that movie on as big a screen as possible. I never saw it on a big theater screen. I saw it on a home theater screen. I wish I could see it on a bigger screen, because when you watch Lawrence of Arabia, you can see the majesty in all the imagery and the expanse of the desert landscapes that the main character travels through. You get that you get that expanse, that feeling of grandeur of the desert, and how it's endless, and how they have to travel miles and miles and miles and miles to get to their location. That really is the scope of the movie. The desert in that movie is an additional character, the way the movie was filmed. It really is an amazing movie. Again, another one you have to see on as big a screen as possible. And getting back to the Spielberg story, he mentions on how he saw this on a big screen, and it had such an impact on him because he saw it on a large screen, because that's the way that it was intended to be viewed. So don't watch Ben-Hur or Lawrence of Arabia on a tablet or your phone, or even your computer screen. See it on as big a screen. See these films on as big a screen as possible. So, I recommend both those movies. Both of them are great. So Ben-Hur is absolutely wonderful. It is a work of art. It's a masterpiece. If you get a chance, watch that movie. It is marvelous. And Lawrence of Arabia, now that we're talking about it, another really, really epic motion picture. They both have long running times, but they are just very, very satisfying cinematic experiences. Give them a look on as big a screen as possible. And again, I'll have a link to the video, Why Ben-Hur Still Looks Like $1 Trillion, below, so you can kind of research it a little bit before you watch it if you've never seen Ben-Hur before. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show. And I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that Second Cup.